Hi, folks. Here we are again, Dick, Sharon, Lania from Hollywood Progressive. We saw what we thought might have been the best play we've seen in a long time this Sunday. It was the world premiere of Exit Wounds, written by Wendy Graff. It stars Suanne Spoke, Michael Polak, and Hayden Kharrazi. It's directed by Caryn Desai. It plays at the International City Theater in Long Beach, a beautiful theater. Plays Thursdays through Sundays until September 10th. In very briefly, it follows an older woman who has retreated from life, who has kind of given up on life. Her son, whom she's not seen for a quarter century and suddenly turns up, and a grandson she has never met. What did one of you think of it?
Well, I want to speak from the position of the older woman, who was really the main character, played masterfully, I might add, by Suanne Spoke. I could really relate to this character. Suanne Spoke is playing the role of someone who's probably about my age, who has an adult son, and her adult son has a teenage son. And like you said, she hasn't seen either her adult son, nor has she ever met her teenage son. And we're not going to share with you why that is, except to say that there was a traumatic event that led to Suanne Spoke being estranged from her son and never meeting her grandson. It also led to a lifestyle for it's not Suanne Spoke. Suanne Spoke is the actress, but the character that Suanne Spoke plays is living in crisis, and she's actually a hoarder. So the play kind of starts off slow. You don't really understand why she's living under these conditions. And as the playwright peels the onion, it really pulls you in. And the actors do a great job of conveying really intense emotions. So I thought it was a wonderful, wonderful play. And there were more than a few tears shed.
Yes, I think towards the end, everyone around us was sniffling and pulling out tissues. This was an absolutely phenomenal play, I think. I think probably one of my favorites out of all the ones that we've seen. I really enjoyed Hayden's character, the grandson. He was a young man. I don't even think he was quite 18 yet. But he was sort of living under the weight of what his father was going through from this traumatic incident, which ties into what his mother was going through. But he can sense something. He senses there's some sort of problem, some sort of distrust towards him, and it manifests itself as a young teenage boy, with various outbursts and things that his father in the play would consider less than ideal behavior or conduct. When in reality, he's responding to this presence of this weight that looms over his father, which thus looms over him. And so you're sort of, as the audience, I think we're all brought into the situation of the play alongside the grandson. We're learning what's happening as he is learning. And it just creates a really beautiful, beautiful experience where, like my dad said, that this play just starts to unfold and unravel and learn things. And just, I don't want to talk, I'm trying to restrain myself from saying too many details, but it's truly a very powerful play that I think helps shed light on a very dark part of our society that is only within the last couple of years become something that we even need to talk about as a society. Very interesting play, very interesting.
Yeah, so it may seem like we're dancing around the subject here and not telling you what the play is about, and that's right, we are. If this were a different play, if this was Romeo and Juliet, it's been played 10,000 times and every actor in the world's played it, we would, tell you why this plot point happens and why that happens and why Juliet stabs herself with Romeo's dagger at the end, and we'd give our different takes on it. but this one, a part of the real attraction to it is it's a mystery. You wonder, well, why is this old woman, why is she giving up on life? Why is her son so angry at her? Why does she feel so guilty? Why have they been apart for 25 years? Why does she not even know she has a teenage grandson? And as piece by piece, the playwright reveals the different parts. It's really pretty masterful. That's one of the attractions. It's beautifully acted, and this theater is wonderful, and the stage design is perfect. But at the heart of it is this world premiere of this play that you know, sometimes you go to a play and you buy into the fact that, okay, well, so they have these two people who are locked in the lobby of a movie theater, and they spend all night there. And then you think, well, yeah, except they could just call the police and get out. But in this case, in each case, you think, no, if I were in this person's shoes, or that person's shoes, or the boy's shoes, I would be as wrecked as they are. I can identify with them. And more than that, it's ripped right out of the headlines, as they say. This story happens all the time, but you don't necessarily hear this side of it.
Yeah, it's a story that we've all heard too often, but it's told through another lens. So the name of it again is Exit Wounds. It is playing at the International Theater in Long Beach, and we strongly encourage people to see it. I don't know, Nia, if you want to say, and if you want to add anything.
I did want to add, there's definitely realness to it and drama, but as powerful as the drama aspects of it are, there are equal aspects of comedy to leaven the situation. I don't think I've laughed as hard or heard the audience laugh as collectively in these little perfectly placed moments to sort of, okay, release the pressure of what's going on and reset. And just well-rounded, absolutely. Please go see it if you.
Yeah. So the dialogue, I mean, I complimented the playwright, but the actors do wonderfully well. And it's true that the conversation and the arguments and the angst and the anger, it all seems real, and they play it out like it, you know, it's just, I'm always amazed at how actors can do their craft so well. Actors on stage that can remember all those parts. Pretty wonderful. We absolutely, as much as we possibly can, recommend that you go down to Long Beach. It's right next to Pine Avenue, where you can get all kinds of food to eat afterwards or before. Really, really worth your time.
Absolutely.
Thank you. We'll be back next week. Bye-bye, folks.
Bye-bye.